this trip nearly didn't happen. Oh. Well, we made it. This trip nearly didn't happen. I was originally meant to be staying at a Hipcamp kind of close to here, but the Hipcamp operator let me know that, you know, because of the rain all of this week, the ground was just simply too wet for me to be able to go camping, which sucked a little bit, but I managed to find this site here in this national park. And because of all of the rain, I was a little bit stressed that the ground was going to be too muddy, but it's actually turned out okay. It's a little bit muddy, but it's completely fine. And because of all of that rain, there's literally no one here. This campground usually is quite busy in peak periods, but right now I have seen the ranger as he was, you know, further into the national park doing something else. And that's really all I've seen in here. So it should be a pretty good night where I don't think I'll get disturbed at all and can just relax and, you know, chill out for a little bit. That kind of sucks. I just broke my tripod. But I'll have to try and buy another one sometime. Oh well. It's getting a bit wet. Just the rain's coming down a little bit heavier now. I think I'm going to put up a sidewall sort of tarp there just to help protect me from the elements, so that way I can sort of push the stretcher a little bit closer to that side and have a little bit more space here. Over here. Otherwise, yeah, I think I'm going to run out of room essentially for where I can stay dry. I did want to start a fire, but I honestly don't know whether that's going to be possible. We'll try. I brought the wood with me. I brought some fire starters, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we go. It's been raining literally non-stop for like 4 days now, so yeah, everything's a bit wet. I might be able to rope it out or something like that. I'm not sure what I have exactly, but it should help just a little bit, at least for the falling rain. If it gets really windy, I will definitely have to rope it out. It's going to flap around and flick water everywhere and just be annoying to sleep with. Yeah, we'll find out. Okay. I don't know whether you can see it, but all these cans are a little bit munted. And that's just because I had a little bit of an incident before I came here. I saw you noticed before I have this on my arm. I slipped down my front porch stairs while packing the car. And I honestly thought I had fractured my forearm. It was that badly swollen and bruised. I honestly thought I needed to go to the hospital just to go get it x-rayed or something like that to double check. But after the first 30 minutes of putting some ice on it, the swelling came down a lot, and the bruising started to sort of not get worse. So I just compression wrapped it, and it does hurt a little bit, but I think I've just quite heavily bruised either the bone or like a lot of the muscle and ligaments in my arm, because I slipped and I was carrying some stuff and I fell straight onto the steps onto my arm, and it was no good. No good. And I didn't want to call off camping because I really wanted to come out, but it's one of those things, and that's why I'm out here with the compression arm bands. But we still made it, and I'm able to camp quite fine with it. If it still hurts in a couple of days, I might go see a doctor about it, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to calm down after today. Maybe after I have a sleep, it'll probably feel a lot better tomorrow morning. So yeah, we're going to try and have some lunch while this rain's coming in pretty strong. Well, steady, not really strong, but just steady. Make sure that the rain is not pooling anywhere too bad on my gazebo, because that would be the last thing I want, is the gazebo completely collapsing in the middle of the night and I get covered in water in the swag. I will be zipping the swag up anyway, so it shouldn't be too bad water coming in, but I don't really want the gazebo falling on top of me while I'm trying to sleep. That would be bad. Yeah, have some lunch, make sure this is all working fine, and I might just chill for a bit and hopefully can start a fire in a little bit. It's only like 2 o'clock right now, so I've got heaps of time to sort of try and get a fire started before it starts to get dark. Probably got a couple of hours at least. So yeah, enjoy the sounds of the rain while I relax. So there's a creek next to this campground. You go down to it down here. I've sort of suss out what's going on, because I imagine it's up pretty high after 4 days worth of rain. It already does kind of look like it is up pretty high. It's up pretty high because the water isn't really clear. Usually this water is quite crystal clear from the images I've seen online. So the fact that it's a little bit brown sort of indicates that there's a lot of mud sort of washing into it, which just basically means there's been a lot of rain. That's pretty cool. I was planning on probably having a little bit of a swim in this maybe later today or maybe tomorrow morning to have a shower kind of a thing after the night. I'm thinking it's probably going to be more tomorrow morning. I am a little bit drained. I think there's a really good swimming hole that way as well, down that way. Sorry, I'm holding the mic and also trying to point. So yeah, I'll probably suss that out tomorrow morning before I leave. Yeah, I've still got probably a fair few more hours till I'll light the fire or something like that. It's going to be a bit difficult because if it starts picking up rain again, right now it's fine, but if it picks up rain again, I'm not going to want to sit out near the fire. So it's a bit of a, do I light it even? If the rain's going to keep coming, I can't even check because got no service, so got no internet to be able to log on to the weather. It looks like the weather said there was going to be rain most of this day, which it has been, but it didn't really specify how consistent, at what hours and such when I looked at it at least. So we'll sort of find out. But yeah, keep going along and relax a bit more. This calls for a depression beer. Well, I got the fire going, which is good, but it's depressing because I have to sit all the way over here because the rain decided to start again. As you can most certainly hear, it's pretty heavy. The fire is going quite well, honestly, so that is one thing. I can only be happy for that. And then, I've got a beer, so. Well, the rain's kind of died down a little bit. The fire is struggling to get hot, so I'm sort of just keeping a pretty close eye on it, trying to maintain its heat, but that is pretty hard. The split wood that I've got, like the logs, is turning into coals on the outside, but it's just not catching and it's not staying hot, whereas like the kindling that I've got, it must be like pretty sappy sort of wood that they've used, which I think it says it's like pine or something. And yeah, so it combusts quite easy, but it doesn't seem to be able to catch these split logs while the air's humidity is quite like it's at 100%. It's raining, so like it's quite moist in the air, and yeah, I'm really struggling to keep this fire going, and honestly, that's my spirits at the moment, because camping without a fire is not so great. In the future, I'm hoping to try and get like a little bit of like a fire stove or something like that, like a fire little pit that you can put underneath the shelter, and sort of have a small fire in. And I do have my axe here with me, and I could split up these larger logs, but there's just no real easy way to do that, and this axe is extremely blunt. It's only a small little hatchet, so yeah, I'd struggle with that, to be honest. But, you know, it's part of the challenges, and ultimately this has been pretty good. It's given me a lot of time to just sort of reset, because there is zero service here, so I can't just like sit on my phone or something like that and scroll. I've just sort of been sitting here with my thoughts, which has been good, to be honest. The light is disappearing. I am using this light at the moment because it's just a nicer light, but that might run out eventually because it is actually a small camera light. I do have a lantern in there for like camping that should last most of the night, but it is pretty bright white, and I don't like bright white lights, so yeah, I've got a few things I need to do to this whole setup that will allow me to feel a little bit more comfortable, like an awning instead of a gazebo, so I can actually be closer to the car and stay dry that way, and some like camping lights around the edge of the roof racks as well next to the awning, so that way I can have like the dual color, so like the white and the orange or something like that. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm still trying to work it out. There's a lot of things I need to do for my camping setup, but ultimately it's pretty cozy as is for solo camping, so it's not like I need to rush out and do anything. But you know, always open-minded to people's suggestions on ideas, especially for like camp lighting. Yeah, maybe also suggestions for the fire, because yeah, I'm struggling. I'm never really been excellent at maintaining a campfire, so you know, I sort of just try to make it hot, and then hopefully that works. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I've got like what? I think 12 minutes left on this SD card. Yeah, 12 minutes. I have a whole nother battery, and it's like 60% battery as well. And I ran out of SD card space. And I don't own like a MacBook or anything like that to, you know, offload the footage while I can then reuse the SD card. Otherwise I'd be doing that right now. So I guess it'll be good old GoPro over there. Well, it's not even GoPro. It's action camera. Yeah. Learnings for next time. Bring something to offload footage from SD card, because honestly it's probably cheaper to buy a MacBook than it is to buy an SD card that's bigger than what I've got right now anyway. What's that gone out? Run out of gas on that one. Nice. than what you've got. It just doesn't make sense. I can see the top of the log is a bit damp, and maybe that's stopping it from like igniting so easily because the top of the wood's getting damp, therefore like it's soaking in, and therefore it's like making the wood damp overall because the fire's just not hot enough to keep the moisture away. Like if it was hot enough, it would probably just evaporate the rain before it would really touch the log, or if it touched the log, it would just evaporate straight away. It wouldn't like soak through. That's probably the problem, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to waste more wood on it. It's really like it. I think I'll lay in bed. See you guys in the morning. Well, I was going to go for a morning dip, but the colour of the water is way more brown today than it was yesterday. I don't think we'd be in any trouble right now, but there is a good risk of flash floods currently with so much rain coming down river. Just the fact that I'm not actually going to get clean in this right now, it's very silty. I will skip the wash and I'll just shower at home. Unfortunately, that is the end of the camp, and I really only just started to get pretty hot coals now, which sucks, and the rain is starting to pick up again, so it's probably not going to last very nicely. Super important, I put the campfire out, and that'll be the end of the camp. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you at the next campsite.